The San Francisco clash.
Our advance team has seen no unusual massing of personnel on the San Francisco docks, but it is ever busy. These weapons would fetch a fortune in the States, especially any really high-tech ones, which could even be sold overseas for our enemies to use or reverse engineer. So we're walking into a trap, Lieutenant?
Yes, and I'm Juliet. You told me yourself they were clever.
We're hitting Chicago just as the shipment arrives. Sir, my lieutenant here thinks they're onto us, and I really have to agree.
We couldn't get the code word out of the injured. They claimed there wasn't any. We even shot one of them dead in front of another, but he would have died anyway. Yes, they're onto us. And so we've hit Chicago already, for that was the main operation of concern. Got them all. Chicago PD then stumbled onto it, and so our team there has already flown here. And we have some SEALs who love to get wet. Anything more and we'd look like an invasion force.
Sir, if I may?
Go right ahead.
If we meet a lot of resistance, then that means there is another distribution center besides Chicago. Maybe the alternate shipments go there.
Good thinking, Lieutenant. I'm glad I promoted you. We found nothing about another center, but then they would be autonomous, wouldn't they? That's your Juliet, always on the job, even at the start of a new and glorious romance.
How did you know about us? You were there at the bar, we didn't see you, and we don't miss much.
No one ever sees me when I don't want them to. I was but 20 feet away from you after I stepped outside out the back, after posing as the cook's helper. I learned things that way, but the shooting happened so quickly that I couldn't stop it. Well, you guys are sharp, and when you get to live to my age, you won't miss anything, but, as I'm hinting, you'll do that while you're still much younger than I. Well, age or not, you still got one over on us. And I saw what I took to be a bird, but its path was not that of a bird, so it was the gun being flung into the gully. You guys went into the gully and saved me from having to launder my clothes. The rest of your act was sheer genius on your parts. Even if neither I nor the pistol were there, you still would have followed up, based on the bullet. As for your romance, the early signs were confirmed by how you held your captain on the back of his motorcycle, your hands ever roaming.
I can't say really, but I will halfway.
Ask Captain Patrick Torney about the person often quite affectionately referred to as the General, now retired in Tahiti, or not. He assigned me here himself. Said I'd be able to fill his shoes, although Cambodia is rather over.
That remains to be seen.
We have our teams, but I'm holding us 3 in reserve on the 3 towers. Your rifles and machine guns are in the back. I'll take the tower by the exit. Stay down. Expect the worst. They may have snipers or even people already up there, but our airship reports indicate they are empty. Not anyone can just waltz in there without clearance. The guard will wave you on.
Land, go to the docks and take our positions, first going through a labyrinth from the rear. We see no one but the first guard who waves us on. There is not even an MP in sight. We wait, testing our radios. It is night.
All right, team, let's stay sharp and keep our communications clear.
The ship docks, but strangely, not in an available closer berth. Juliet is positioned way down there and comes on.
Patrick, the ship's docking farther away than expected. Something feels off.
The tension in the air is palpable as everyone braces for what's to come.
No, wait, I've got some soft sounds to the rear. There has to be a lot of them for me to be hearing it. They've got an army of their own coming in. We're in big trouble.
I note, Christ, the radio is going dead. Use the phone, Juliet.
For Christ's sake, Patrick. We've got no radio and there are no seals in the water, as the general said, and not an MP in sight.
If the MPs are waiting in the building, they'll be blown to bits.
It's okay. They have our radio bands. They salvaged them. The info I gave you was false. I had to fake them out, and you too. We have no SEALs or MPs where I said they were. I needed you to stay focused, with your reactions real. The SEALs and the MPs are on hand to move in on the survivors.
The colonel, now general, is drowned out by the roar of 2 columns of attack helicopters swooping in low and firing, cleaning house along the dock, both in front of the buildings and behind.
I report, stragglers are heading back toward the ship, but Juliet is calmly cutting them down, beginning with the ones closest to the ship, and the MPs are moving in on the rear group and doing the same. I'm firing from my further distance. Hey, I've nailed a few. There's a truck thundering toward the exit.
I'll take care of it. Everyone clear out.
Another urban legend in the making, I note.